It don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man. Just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake plan. Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV, and you with Miss V. She keep her ear to the street.
Welcome in, everybody.
This is the place that you wanna be, but all trolls we delete. You better believe. Just so you know, we don't go for those that's taking these souls. We know, but it's getting so out of control.
At the point when I wasn't hearing nothing from nobody, at the point that it didn't seem to me that Bloomington was putting any effort into finding my son, nor Peru, and that only people that was looking for my son was me, my children, my friends, people I didn't know, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to plan a search party. I didn't know where to look at. I didn't know who to talk to.
Make sure you subscribe.
I didn't know how to do anything, but I was doing everything that I thought that I knew how to do. So I needed to find somebody.
Welcome in, everybody.
That had more knowledge of doing stuff than me. My mom kept saying, Carmen, get a private investigator. But me, I did not want to come across as the angry black woman that was being uncooperative. So I was giving these people
passion, resources that she had to experience.
At what point did you even decide that having your own private investigator attorney was necessary?
At the point when I wasn't hearing nothing from nobody, at the point that it didn't seem to me that Bloomington was putting any effort into finding my son, nor Peru, and that only people that was looking for my son was me, my children, my friends, people I didn't know, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to plan a search party. I didn't know where to look at. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know how to do anything, but I was doing everything that I thought that I knew how to do. So I needed to find somebody that knew more than me, that had more knowledge of doing stuff than me.
Welcome in, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about Jelani Day, and this is his mother, Carmen Day. I'm changing it a little bit because I just found a video. I don't know if y'all heard about the missing kayaker. I want to play just to show how the striking difference when someone goes missing, when they really want to find the person. You know what I'm saying? So this couldn't have came at a better time. The comparison that I want to do. And we are still going to go over a couple pages of the Freedom of Information Act, but I think that it is very important that everybody know Jelani and what Carmen Bowden Day has had to go through since her son came up missing. So, again, welcome in, everybody. Please smack that thumbs up. Good afternoon, Debbie Smith, and good afternoon, Chinetta. Thank y'all so much for being here, and shout out to Buddha and Sonia and everybody in the bushes. Please smack that thumbs up. So here we go. So the comparison that I'm doing right now is I am just tripping right now, y'all, because I literally just watched a press conference about a missing kayaker who has been found, right? Alive. He faked his death. And so I just want to show how when you call in and be like, my loved one is missing, let's see what steps they took when they got the call about the missing kayaker, and let's look at what Carmen had to deal with. So I'm going to play this one first. Let's go.
My mom kept saying, Carmen, get a private investigator. But me, I did not want to come across as the angry black woman that was being uncooperative. So I was giving these people a chance. And I was nice to them for too long because I felt like if I hadn't been that angry, frustrated black mother and got on them sooner, I don't know, I would have got better results. I would have got faster results. I would have knew something more in an earlier time frame than it had taken me 30 days. that from September 4th until yesterday that my son has been laying somewhere. And I've been praying and hoping and wishing that I was bringing him back home. And they, whatever they felt that they knew, if they felt like that was my son, that they should have been straightforward with me. They should have been helping me. They should have been looking. They should have been doing something, but they wasn't. They even had the nerves to tell me, Carmen, I don't mean to be rude, but do you know there's a 50% chance that that's Jelani? Do you think I'm delusional? I'm not in denial. I know what I'm praying for. I know what I'm hoping for. But I understand there's a 50% chance. But at the time, so while we waiting for the identity of this body, you just sitting there with your hands in your pockets and not doing nothing? And you want me to sit here and accept that? Because that's my son out there somewhere and I don't know where he is. I don't know who has him. I don't know what they're doing to him. I know when Jelani gets cold, he breaks out in hives. I know Jelani like to eat. He hungry. I know when I see him in them shorts, what's going on with my child? I don't care that he's 25. That's my baby. And
Justice for Jelani Day. We love Jelani over here, and we are always going to be on this case. Shout out to Dawn. Thank you so much for loving Jelani too. Shout out to everybody in the building. So what I'm doing right now, Dawn, we're comparing the kayaker, the missing kayaker, to her first stages of when Jelani first came up missing, and you heard like this is a weekend or a month. Wait, did she say a week ago or a month ago? This was the early stages, though, is my point. And I just wanted to share this experience before we get into the Freedom of Information Act too deep. So right there, y'all heard her say when she seen those shorts, she said, "What's going on with my son?" She's referring to when he went to the dispensary. Like, that's not something that Jelani would normally wear. That's what I got from her saying that, you know. So with her saying that, it makes me feel all kind of ways. Like, you know, we've been talking about this case, but I'm going to pull up the picture right quick just so you can get a visual. So this was him when he went to the dispensary, and this is the shorts and the t-shirt that he had on that day. Yeah, and also notice it ain't nothing in the security guard's hand. He got it up to his ear, but there's nothing in his hand. Let me know if y'all can see that too. We're gonna keep going.
They didn't give two craps about my son. They didn't care. They didn't look for him. They wanted to create, and they still want to create, this narrative that he did something to himself. And he did not. He was too focused on wanting to become Dr. Jelani Day, to make sure his mom was okay, to make sure his dad was okay, to make sure he was okay. Jelani told me all the time, none of my kids have kids. None of them. I'm not a grandmother. I've always wanted my kids to do better than me, and they all have. And Jelani would tell me, Mama, when I get married, I'm going to marry the right girl. So Jelani didn't play around. I only got one son to do that. Jelani wasn't him. Jelani did different stuff. You know, he liked to have fun and go travel and stuff. And he had girlfriends, but he didn't have serious relationships. And because he said when he finds that right woman, he was going to do the right thing. And he said, Mama, I'm going to have 6 kids, because he liked this big family of him having all these brothers and sisters. So he wanted to have that. And I used to tease him all the time, and I say, and we're going to get one to act just like you. He said, Mama, I'm going to bring him home to you. I don't even get to experience that with my child. don't even get to experience seeing Dr. Jelani Day. When my son got his white coat in undergrad, and he sent me that picture that day, I was so proud of him. When he started going and applying for grad school, and he kept getting put on waiting lists, he was so frustrated. He was like, Mama, nobody's gonna let me into school. And I told him, Jelani, we're gonna pray. And I was like, Jelani, maybe you should look at going to school close here. I said, God's will is not always our will. He wanted to go to Florida. I didn't want him to go that far because I'm like, what if something happened to you? I got to get to you like this. So when he got accepted to ISU, he called me. He was happy he got accepted to school. It wasn't his first choice, but he was ready to get back in grad school. He was ready to get back in school, and being in grad school meant something to him. Then when he called me and wanted that apartment, and I got the apartment for him, he was happy again. You know, this was his first apartment on his own. So we talk about him decorating and all kinds of stuff. We were supposed to have been doing that. I'm turning 50 next year. My dream is to go to Paris on my 50th birthday, to wake up in Paris. I changed that and I said, no, Jelani, I'm gonna wake up on an island. He said, no, Mama, your dream is to go to Paris. He's supposed to be there with me. My son ain't gonna get to do none of that with me no more. And somebody took that from me. And I know Jelani ain't just let nobody take him. He didn't just let nobody put him somewhere. Jelani had to know this person because nothing in his car was undisturbed. He trusted you enough to something. He was familiar with whoever did this, the people that did this. And it had to be more than one person because Jelani would fight. Jelani could fight. Jelani been known to fight. He didn't want people to know of him like that, but he could defend himself. And it took more than one person. It took more than two people to do whatever they did to Jelani.
Justice for Jelani. So I'm going to go on, and I might come back to that video, but I'm going to go on to the next video.
My son has been missing since August 24th. I didn't speak to my son one day and I reported him missing.
A mother is begging for answers nearly a month after her son went missing.
Jelani Day's story is being shared widely on social media with the hopes that someone knows something that can help find the ISU student.
Tia Ewing joins us from Studio 32 with more from Day's mother.
Well, Jelani Day's car was found, and so were the clothes he was wearing the last time he was seen. But almost a month later, and still no signs of the Illinois State University student.
They hadn't spoken to Gabby in 2 weeks, in over 2 weeks. When they reported her missing, they found her within 3 days.
Carmen Bolden Day says she never went a day without speaking to her son, Jelani. The 25-year-old is on the path to being a doctor, a grad student at ISU. He's been missing 28 days.
The treatment that they're giving to this young white girl is not being the same treatment that they're giving to my young black son. And I'm angry about it, and I want that same treatment for my son.
Carmen is talking about this, an all-out manhunt to find Gabby Petito. Sadly, this story has a tragic end, as Petito's body has been identified.
There's a disparity there. I understand the circumstances are different.
25-year-old Jelani Day from Danville was last seen on August 24th, captured in these pictures entering a store in Bloomington, Illinois. His 2019 Chrysler 300 was found 2 days later hidden in the woods, 63 miles away in the town of Peru. A body was found in that same area on September 4th. DNA results are pending.
I'm not in denial and I'm not delusional, but since we don't know that that's Jelani.
His mother says time is passing and the FBI should come in and help local police.
I need you to be looking for Jelani.
Bloomington PD says they are still working this case, collecting and analyzing physical and also digital evidence. Live in Studio 32.
Okay, so let me pause this for a minute. So those are the videos that I wanted to
contact with his wife
play right away, right?
And that would have been.
And so now I'm gonna do the comparison in a minute, but I'm gonna look and see what y'all talking about. Clearly, like, you know, I can't. We gotta talk a little bit. I can't just play these videos also, but let me play this shorter video first. Did y'all hear about this missing kayaker? Oh shoot, this is
contact with his wife.
I don't have a smaller video. Hold on. Oh, yes, I do. So this guy went missing.
Have you ever seen anything like this in your experience?
He went missing in August, ironically, Real, and Jelani Day went missing in August of 2021. This guy that we are about to talk about, he went missing in August too. And just pay attention to what they did in the very beginning. Now we already know that it's always a difference, right? But I'm just that type. I like to show it, you know. I don't like to just talk about it. So let me see what y'all saying. Welcome in, everybody. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you have not. Shout out to Bronze. Welcome in. Damn shame he's a bright, bright, handsome young man. Absolutely. It is very much heartbreaking. And okay, so here we go.
Have you ever seen anything like this in your experience in law enforcement?
No, I haven't. This is tops the list.
Right now at 5, new tips in the search for a missing kayaker. Thanks for being here on this Tuesday. I'm Nina Sperano. That is our top story tonight. Last Friday, Green Lake County deputies say the kayaker they've been trying to find for months faked his own death. And now, for the first time, the sheriff is giving us more insight on this case in a one-on-one interview. He sat down with our Margaret Cahill.
This search, while no longer focused just here in Green Lake, is far from over. Green Lake County Sheriff Mark Bedole tells me they've received a few tips since announcing their findings on Friday. And with the help of other law enforcement, they're confident they'll find Ryan Borgward.
Do you think he may have faked his own death?
Oh, that's what we believe has happened.
5 days after their announcement that 44-year-old Ryan Borgward of Watertown is likely alive and possibly overseas, Green Lake County Sheriff Mark Bedole is still shocked.
Have you ever seen anything like this in your experience in law enforcement?
No, I haven't. This is tops the list.
Borgward was first reported missing in August, never returning home from a kayaking trip to Green Lake. After exhaustive efforts on and beneath the water, the sheriff's office says they turned to his laptop. With help from federal authorities, they discovered a string of clues: a new life insurance policy, photos of passports, inquiries about moving money to overseas banks, and communication with a woman from Uzbekistan.
Well, where it's gone over the borders and into a different country, that's where we got to get the experts involved.
Bedole says they discovered a password check for Borgward in Canada after he disappeared, and he may be in Europe. They're now pursuing restitution for search expenses and how he could be charged.
What types of crimes would even be at play here?
Well, we're in that area right now where we're putting all that together.
While not commenting about specifics in the tips they've received, Sheriff Bedole says they expect to find Borgward.
Welcome in, BFF.
Are you that this case will reach a resolution and get some information and closure for the family and the community?
Confident? I'm real confident. Okay, we're not giving up, and we're doing it because they need closure. They do. We want to find Ryan. We want to make sure that he's safe. Right now, we don't know that.
The sheriff says they're working with the district attorney. I reached out to the DA, but have not yet heard back. Still ahead at 6, I'll ask the sheriff about his contact with the family after telling them what they found about the disappearance.
Okay, so another thing to keep in mind, because I just reported on Jeter. What was his name? Goodness gracious. The the Navy guy, Devin Jeter. We literally just reported on him. His family had an issue with them going out looking for him as well. Ironically, Jelani was found in water, Devin was found in water, and this guy here was allegedly, I mean, all his stuff was in the water. He was a kayaker, right? But the important thing to look at is how they moved immediately. I'm talking about immediately. Like, so yeah. This video definitely gonna talk for itself, and I'm definitely gonna be stopping this and making my points with this one. This is a press conference. This is also something that we do not get, and yeah, I mean, and all of these efforts that they did right away, thousands of dollars research dollars was spent looking for this guy who didn't want to be found.
In Green Lake, I'm Margaret Cahill, NBC 26.
Oh, shoot. I didn't mean for it to do that. Let's go back.
Home from a kayaking trip to Green Lake. After exhaustive efforts on and beneath the water, the sheriff's office says they turned to his laptop. With help from federal authorities, they discovered a
place as to what we were going to do. Part update to the community on the search of our missing kayaker, Ryan Borgart. And from now on, I'll reference him as Ryan. Before we get started, I just want to introduce my partners in this. We have the FBI, our Detective Bureau, DCI, Bruce's Legacy, and the Brown County Sheriff's.
One of the things that's different is the press conference itself, and you heard them start out FBI, all of these other people to help, and all of the stuff. Let's go.
I'm going to start from the beginning. On August 12th, 2024, at 5:32 p.m., our office received a call from the Dodge County Sheriff's Office in reference to a subject that did not return home that evening, and the last known location he was Green Lake. Deputies headed that way, checked areas around the lake, and found Ryan's vehicle along with his trailer parked in the area of Dodge Memorial Park. And that's the western southern part of our county on our lake. We immediately deployed our boat, and at 6:31, two of our deputies found a capsized kayak in the western part of the lake in the area of the 220-foot depth of water.
Did y'all hear what the man said? Did y'all hear what he said? He said they got a call at 5:32 on 8/12/2024. This is the same day that this grown man went missing. He was kayaking, right? They immediately put in some boats and they found his kayak by 6:31. That's 1 hour and 1 minute from the call. You hear me? Normally, this is what they tell you. You got to wait 24 hours before you could report your family member missing. What about this call made them go out there right away? So number one, we pointing that out, right? We heard what Carmen said, and we wasn't even listening to the main video to where she talked about the beginning, because in the beginning, I remember the detective was like, he was going on, it was the weekend and he wasn't going to be back to Monday. And she was like, well, who going to look for my son? She did not know what to do. She had never organized anything. She was like, I can't just let my son be out there because it's the weekend. Like, he need to be looked for. So that's number one. as far as the person that she contacted, oh, he gonna be off for the weekend. Well, what about all the troops? What about all these people that's standing up here? Surely we're not dependent on one detective to go find Jelani. Where is everybody at? Okay, I just want to point that out. 5:32, they got a call, and by 6:31, baby, they was already had everything in the water. Now let's talk about Devin Jeter. They just found his truck yesterday or the day before, right? They didn't look for this man when his mother went. I mean, his family members had dropped Devin off at the airport. He was going to buy a vehicle at home, but he didn't end up finding one. So Devin probably had a lot of money on him, unless he had it on a card or something. I don't know. But when they went to the car place at the airport where they knew he was at, because that's the last place that they took him to, right? He was seen at the rental car place, getting a rental car, getting in it, driving off. When the family went back up there to the rental car place to see if they would please ping this truck that he bought. I mean, this truck that he rented, it was a 2024 Jeep Compass, right? They told them they couldn't ping it, right? They couldn't ping his location or whatever. So they took him through all of this BS, and here we are. Days, I'm talking about what, weeks later, I'm guessing. I gotta get the dates right. But his truck was just found. This stuff could have been found the very same day. Just like they found this kayaker the same day. They could have did the same thing with Devin Jeter, Jelani Day. You know what I'm saying? So this is very important. And that's the good part that I have. I like to do this. I've been reporting crime, and I've been saying this for 4 years. So I have a lot of cases in my head that I could compare. And I just want to show y'all the striking difference when people want to say something about a race card, or you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all just tripping. This stuff ain't happening. Yes, clearly. Do you see this? And it's very upsetting, but I'm gonna remain calm today. I think I want to start reporting calmly. But I don't know. We'll see.
The last contact with the phone and with Ryan was around 10:45, and when we first got it was around 6 o'clock.
Not only, hold
on, the next morning.
6 o'clock the next morning. Okay, so they already done pinged this man's phone and found out his last contact was at 10:45 a.m. Okay, 10:45 a.m. Then the next day at 6 a.m. something. Let's take that back. But my point is, how long did it take them to ping Devin's truck? I'm assuming that they must have pinged it, but here's the thing: Devin was found in the water. Why didn't they put sonar in the water that day? Remember when I reported, I said his truck is probably in the water where he's at. Typical. It's very typical. Now, let's see what happened with Devin Jeter's case. This is a case going on right now. This man was in the Navy, a AO3, dealing with weapons. They didn't bother to look for him, and they gave the family grief. That's how you know it be some BS. Look how excited they are to find old Kayaki who don't want to be found. Let's go.
Lake in the area of the 220-foot depth of water.
Hold on, let's take that back.
We deployed our boat, and at 6:31, two of our deputies found a capsized kayak in the western part of the lake in the area of the 220-foot depth of water. The last contact with the phone and with Ryan was around 10:45, and when we first got it was around 6 o'clock the next morning. I immediately called my partners through the DNR and requested boats. The reason why I called the DNR is because they got a rapid response, and working closely with them, I knew that they would give me the resources that I needed. My second call was to Bruce's Legacy. Bruce's Legacy
wanted to stop it right there. See, they know who to call to get the stuff done right away. They have the resources. We don't, as normal citizens. This is their job to do this. And what they did for this man, this family, they're supposed to do that for everybody that's missing, no matter your complexion.
He has helped us in the past with drownings that we've had on our lake. And the reason why is because of the depth of our lake. Our lake is 238 feet, the largest inland lake in Wisconsin. We assembled around, it was around 8:30 that Monday morning to get our plan in place as to what we were going to do. As you can see in the screen behind me, shows the location of data guides that guided our search. There was a number of pings that we got from the phone that Ryan had contact with his wife, and that would have been Sunday evening. And the last one, where it shows you on there, it says last ping. That was one where he told her that he was going to be turning around and heading towards shore soon.
So I just want to point out though, when it's a shady case, right? When it's, corruption and cover up, first of all, the phone's always gone. And if he was trying to clear, he really messed up leaving that phone around, or did he leave the phone around, or did they just ping it? I don't know. I'm not sure if they physically had the phone, or they would have had to if they was able to get text. Well, his wife got a phone too. But anyway, they got in his phone right away, pinging everything. All of this stuff happening in the same day within 12 hours. Because y'all heard him say by 6 a.m. the next day, they had the phone information. Now, Javion McGee, the phone. Jelani Day, his phone, they threw his phone, or the phone wasn't found till later, or held somewhere, or whatever happened with his phone. But Javion phone, oh, we can't get in his phone. We sent it off to SBI and all this stuff, but we got this man telling us, they got in the phone. They know everything that happened, who he talked to last, where he was pinging at, all that. And this man ain't trying to be found. But they found him.
We then got another ping around 11:50-ish, and that was just the last ping that we got on the phone.
11:50.
So we started to search that area extensively. Our patrol boats, the DNR.
Look at all this. This is what we supposed to have. We supposed to have this graph, last ping, first data points, fishing rod found, 90-degree turn. What is we talking about? I don't know. We've never seen this.
And we continued to do that.
Interesting.
And at 1:15 p.m. that Monday, Bruce's Legacy arrived.
1:15.
Our plan was
PM.
to put him into the deeper end with his sonar. And
sonar. Remember, I asked, did they say anything about sonar being put in the water where they found Devin Jeter at? The Navy guy who was found in the water. When did they put the sonar in there and find his truck? How long did that take?
We would search that. We use side sonar in the DNR boat, in our boat, to do the shallower part of the lake. We concluded that time, and our game plan was to start again on Tuesday, and that's what we did. At 6:30, we regrouped, and we started.
Right back, 6:30 on Tuesday. Was that a.m.? 6:30 a.m., I'm assuming, on Tuesday. Bright and early, baby. Now, what day was 8/12?
Started our search. The DNR, our search crew, along with Bruce's Legacy. At around 9:30ish,
That
there were
AM or
some
PM?
boaters out there in one boat with two fishermen on. Were casting along the bottom of the lake, and they come up with a fishing rod. That fishing
fishermen
rod
found a
was
fishing
taken
rod.
as evidence, photographed, and was identified by the wife of the.
Oh, it's taken as evidence, photographed, and identified by the wife. So they listened to the wife on what she has to say. Okay.
Victim.
Mm-hmm.
So we continue to search, figuring that could have been a point.
I don't know what it is, when anytime they want to say, oh, your family member unalive theyself, and they, you know what I'm saying? They telling you, they ain't listening to the fact that, oh, he didn't drive all the way to North Carolina unalive himself. He didn't he ain't in the last years of med school, about to graduate or whatever. And like, he would never do that. We got things planned, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, he did it to himself. You don't know your son like we do. They ain't none of that.
Of interest. And at 3:45 that same day, Tuesday.
Wait, what happened at 3:45 the same day? So I'm just assuming 3:45. What happened? 3:45 p.m. I'm sure.
Found. Someone called and said that they found a tackle box.
Found a tackle box. Tackle box found. Where was it at, sir?
The stuff inside that tackle box had a wallet and keys and a license belonging to Ryan.
Wow, they found all of his ID locked in this tackle box. Wallet, ID, phones. What else? Let me take that back. We didn't hear. Let's just listen.
Of interest. And at 3:45 that same day, Tuesday, we found, someone called and said that they found a tackle box. The stuff inside that tackle box had a wallet and keys and a license belonging to Ryan.
Wallet, keys, license. Okay.
We continued to search that day, and we continued to search the rest of the week.
All week.
With our resources.
All week they searched. All week. All dang week.
We got into a couple weeks. And it was on August 24th when we decided that we were going to bring in 3 cadaver dogs.
Wait a minute. August 24th. What day was Jelani missing? Was it August 24th? Wait. Hold on. We'll let that keep playing, but wait a minute now.
That day, and we continued to search the rest of the week with our resources. We got into a couple weeks, and it was on August 24th when we decided that we were going to bring in 3 cadaver dogs. Which we did. And also we brought in a dive team, 2 divers.
Damn.
Very experienced and willing to assist us. As we did our duties that day, we started out with our dogs until 11 o'clock a.m. They got a couple hits. The divers went in. These divers have dove into Green Lake.
They said the dogs to 11 a.m. and then the divers.
And they dove in on the east end.
What time was
quite
that?
a few times, and felt that there was not going to be any problem.
They dove in a couple times. Wow. Like, this is amazing. See? They can do it.
The one thing that they didn't realize, and they found out Saturday night, was it's very murky on the west side. So they come up. They didn't come up with anything other than these two divers were dedicated to our department, and we're going to make sure that they were coming back the next day to do a different plan and dive. They came back that Sunday at 7:00 a.m.
Wow.
We had our plan in place.
Dawn.
And
Wow.
the one thing
Hold
that
on.
they made sure
What the
to me
heck?
that they said, Sheriff,
See, I told y'all I do not believe in coincidence. I was supposed to do this. He said August 24th instantly. I'm like, wait a minute, is that the day? First of all, oh my God, y'all. Listen. Let me keep playing this, but I'm tripping right now. Wow.
I can guarantee you when we come up, that body of water that we covered, he's not going to be there if we can't find him. They're guaranteed that they're going to cover that. So they did. They come up, and there was nothing we could find. So we continued our search throughout, and it continued through 54 days. I think it was 8 weeks. And during
Shout out
that
to my
time,
sniper.
it was unbelievable the amount of support that our community gave my department. It was unbelievable. From food,
Hold on, I
gift
gotta take
cards
this
for
back.
Bruce's
Hold
Legacy,
on. Wait a minute now.
to thank you.
What's all this? Hold on. See, if I take my eyes off
And,
this for 1 second. Hold on, y'all. My bad.
We're dedicated to our department, and we're going to make sure that they were coming back the next day to dove into Green Lake. And they dove in on the east end quite a few times and felt that there was not going to be any problem. The one thing that they didn't realize, and they found out Saturday night, was it was very murky on the west side. So they come up. They didn't come up with anything other than these two divers were dedicated to our department, and we're going to make sure that they were coming back the next day to do a different plan and dive. They came back that Sunday at 7:00 a.m. We had our plan in place. And the one thing that they made sure to me that they said, Sheriff, I can guarantee you when we come up, that body of water that we covered, he's not going to be there if we can't find him. They're guaranteed that they're going to cover that. So they did. They come up, and there was nothing we could find. So we continued our search throughout, and it continued through 54 days.
54 days.
8 weeks.
8 weeks. 54
And during
days.
that time, it was unbelievable the amount of support that our community gave my department.
You dang on right. It's unbelievable how much support the police department gave, let alone the community. Let's go.
It was unbelievable. From food to gift cards for Bruce's Legacy to a thank you. And they were proud of us. They were proud that we were not giving up, and we were not.
We want to be proud of y'all too.
We continued. And on October 4th, which was a Friday, I met with Keith from Bruce's Legacy. And he said to me, he said, Sheriff, he says, I've done a lot of searches. And our community gave my department. It was unbelievable. From food to gift cards for Bruce's Legacy to a thank you. And they were proud of us. They were proud that we were not giving up, and we were not. We continued. And on October 4th, which was a Friday, I met with Keith from Bruce's Legacy. And he said to me, he said, Sheriff, he says, I've done a lot of searches. And I can't find him. He said, we searched and we searched. And if you see that, the picture that's on the screen behind me, all the yellow is where Keith searched. That was every spot of that western water of our lake. With that being said, he also told me that, Sheriff, don't worry. I'm not giving up. He called the company and was asking for another piece of equipment, a top-notch sonar, and it was a new one, but it's going to be a couple weeks out.
They didn't have just one sonar, but they got another one, and not just a regular one, but a top-notch sonar. Do y'all see this, man? Shout out to 755. Welcome in. Shout out to T Beezy. How y'all doing? See, Peru and LaSalle PD acted like it was inconvenient to investigate Jelani's death. Isn't this right here, man? My blood is boiling. It's sad. The runaround we get, all of the arguing, the shouting, the feeling like the angry black man or woman because you don't have this type of cooperation. I wonder if they knew these people personally. This is amazing. This is how police work is supposed to happen, but it doesn't. This didn't happen with Devin. It didn't happen with Javion. It didn't happen with Jelani. It didn't happen with a lot of cases that I've covered. And this right here is just amazing that we have this to look at. This is stuff that we can learn from. Let's go. Wow.
So October 7th, I got my crew together.
October 7th.
My 3 detectives and my chief deputy and myself. We met and we talked and we said we got to go a different direction. And they did. The direction we went was offline, and we found out that his name was run on August 13th. Wow, yeah. That was something we didn't expect.
So they looked for his body so well that with no doubt in their mind, they knew that that man was not in that water, to the point that they started looking elsewhere for him, checking his credit card, checking to see what his last purchases. Wow.
So these people that I have
Now
up here
keep
today,
in mind, because back here, what did he say? What I wrote down. At some point, he said 54 weeks went by, and then they continuing. So they spent a lot of time on this case. A lot.
okay? These are my partners. You reach out to them when you need help. And they've been helping us ever since. We started with Customs, Homeland Security, FBI, Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigations, and my staff. We made contacts. A digital forensic analyst of a laptop.
Shout out to the 132 people in here. Please smack the thumbs up. I got 45 thumbs up. It's free, y'all. Please smack the thumbs up for me.
That we were given through the wife, searching that, the disappearance that we have found that he was in some place in Europe.
Kicking it. He didn't
Through
play
that
it.
Forensic.
He didn't fled, did he? Did he fled this country? Could he have another woman of some sort?
Analyst, we recovered that he replaced his hard drive on the laptop. He cleared the browser on the day of his disappearance.
Wow.
He sank the laptop into the cloud on August 11th. He took photos of his passports. We found out that he moved funds to a foreign bank, changing his email and communication with a woman in Uzbekistan.
Bam. This man left his entire family. Now these fools been in the water for 2 months looking for him. They probably should have went on and checked his records a little bit sooner than that. After they searched and searched and searched, like, nah, he ain't in here. There's no way. Like, because I heard the diver talking. I seen a video where he was like, they've searched enough to know, like, there's no way he is in this water and we ain't found him yet. There's no way. But when they found Devin's body, they didn't put nothing in that water. They didn't find this Jeep until a week or something later, right? Shout out to Jay Glover.
He took out a $375,000 life insurance policy in January.
Ooh-wee. His wife ain't see this coming, did she? Wait, is this the same police department that was dealing with Jelani? I don't know. No, it's they all together. Okay, they put gangs and all of them, all people, all thugs in one box. These is all the good old boys. This is the boys in blue. They all got the same resources. It just depends on who you are. Now I don't know where this is at. It don't even matter. It don't.
And he purchased airline cards.
I don't care where it happened at. I ain't never, and I mean ever, seen this type of action for nobody melanated. I haven't.
Due to these discoveries of the new evidence, we were sure that Ryan was not in our lake.
Mm-hmm.
The expertise of Keith Cormacan of Bruce's legacy cannot be overstated. His dedication and persistence in searching efforts was unmarkable. And finally, his confidence that he could not find a body in the western part of our lake drew us in a direction that we were not looking. Keith is certainly the one and does the best thing in his craft. Our investigation has many steps to take. It's a puzzle that we're putting together. We got many pieces, but we got a lot more pieces to find. Our goals are to identify any crimes that have been committed by any individuals who assisted with this crime, investigations and aspects of the crime with the assistance of our state and federal international partners. Pursue for expenses and searches funded by the taxpayers. We put in a lot of time, 54 days.
Do every city and state have taxpayers? That's where the money comes from. So every police department has these resources. This money comes from taxpayers. Right? It would be his wife, 755. I would assume. I'm assuming that it is his wife. But he had his eyes and he had his eyes on something else in a whole nother country.
We put in. But Keith put in 28 of them days on that lake searching for Ryan.
28 days.
When he wasn't searching for me.
Keith searched for Ryan for 28 days. Where's my notebook? Like, Keith was really into it. He like, man, that's how they know. 30 days on the water looking for this food. Wow. Good job.
Cormacan of Bruce's legacy cannot be overstated. His dedication and persistence in searching efforts was unmarkable. And finally, his confidence that he could not find a body in the western part of our lake drew us in a direction that we were not looking. Keith is certainly the one and does the best thing in his craft. Our investigation has many steps to take. It's a puzzle that we're putting together. We got many pieces, but we got a lot more pieces to find. Our goals are to identify any crimes that have been committed by any individuals who assisted with this crime. Investigation.
No, Jay Glover, no, they wouldn't have. They found Devin Jeter in water, and they didn't look for his Jeep in that water. They didn't look no further for days. That's why it took that long for them to come back and report it. And I would love to know exactly, you know what I'm saying? What was the process? When did they put sonar in? Because if I seen a small clip about that. They didn't give us no details. I'm gonna look why this is planned, maybe to see, but we didn't get a press conference with Jeter, right? Devin Jeter, the Navy AO3 that just went missing. Right after leaving the airport, his family had dropped him off to. They didn't do that. None of that. Matter of fact, when they went to the rental car company that he had just got the car from, because they found out the next day because he didn't come to work, they wasn't even honest with the family to tell him, hey, yes, we can ping his location. We got you. No, they didn't. They gave him attitude and BS. And they just find his truck. Now, I said the day that I reported it, that his truck is probably in the water where they found his body. Now I wonder, because normally when someone goes into the water, they normally find their bodies in the truck, in the vehicle. But for whatever reason, he was out of his vehicle, which means his window or something was either busted, it was open, something. You know what I'm saying? And so that's interesting. Did they do that on purpose? Somebody did this to him. I'm convinced. We talking about Dieter, but again, we're comparing Jelani Day first, because all of them was found in the water. Jelani Day, Devin, and we comparing also to Javion. Just the similarities of the case and how, the lack of, this is the only one that got investigated, the one that we're looking at right now. The other two, they did nothing, and didn't care. Carmen, I don't work this weekend. Well, who's gonna look for my son? I don't know. I guess you're gonna have to pay somebody. He didn't say that, but he sure wasn't gonna stay at work. And why was it one person's responsibility? Why didn't we have all these people, a team of people? We gotta pay attention, because I have been, and I know for a fact, when you got my complexion, you don't get all of this. You don't. And it's disgusting. I don't care what state it's in. I don't care what police department it's in.
In the aspects of the crime, with the assistance of our state and federal international partners. Pursue for expenses and searches funded by the taxpayers.
Mm-hmm.
We put in a lot of time, 54 days we put in. But Keith put in 28 of them days on that lake searching for Ryan. When he wasn't searching for him, he was looking over data. He was looking over data to figure out if he missed something. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to all the entities that assisted. Our expert divers, our canine cadaver dogs, Norton's Dry Dock, Peerless Boat Rental, Bayview Motel, Green Lake Community, Our community supported us 110%.
Mm-hmm.
And the community that Ryan came from supported his family 110%.
Nice. They took notice of that.
Bruce's legacy. I'd like to thank the dedication of my sheriff's office. But most of all, I want to thank the family. I want to thank his wife. That is one strong lady. Whenever we called on her, she always responded and she gave everything that she could for us.
What? Whenever we called him. Anyway, what the
I
hell?
cannot imagine what she's going through and they're going through. It's really hard because one, they felt that their dad was drowned. A day ago, they found out that he wasn't. There's one thing that I ask. I ask that the media, please, give the family space and time. It's important. If you
Wow. See, this is the kind of compassion you hear when when they can see the person, see themselves in the people, the victims, the people that they're helping. He clearly sees himself, the empathy, the compassion, the gentleness, the respect.
you want to do something, do that for them and do that for me. If there is someone out there that has either knowledge or unknowledge assistance with Ryan in his efforts, we encourage you to contact us. We plead that you contact us at the number that is shown on the screen. It's the Green Lake County Sheriff's Office, 920-294-4134, extension 1162.
What's this number for? Oh, they want to get okay. So I since they brought up Crime Stopper, I just wanted to say if you ever want to make a call to Crime Stopper, because you ever see a criminal and they got a nice reward up and you want to get that reward, right? You better make sure you call Crime Stopper when you see that criminal and not 911, because if you do, they ain't gonna give you nothing. You gotta call Crime Stopper to get the reward. Just thought I'd mention that. Please smack the thumbs up. It's 19 people, 110 and 52 thumbs up. Wait, 143. Please smack the thumbs up, y'all. It's free. Free 99.
If there are people that want to remain anonymous, all you have to do is call our Crime Stopper tip. Text, get them to 847411.
Oh no, Angel, he is loving it.
Get them.
He's very nice and gentle with this.
There's one last thing I want to do.
Oh, whoa, he's crying. Hold on.
And this is the Ryan.
Oh, he crying about the criminal. Okay, wait a minute. You okay, sir?
Ryan, if you are viewing this, I plead that you contact us or contact your family. We understand that things can happen, but there's a family that wants their daddy back.
Not daddy, not daddy. Daddy don't want them though. Daddy was chasing something else. Anyway, let's just, Lord.
That's all I have.
Daddy is a piece of crap who deserved to be under the prison for abandoning his family, costing the taxpayers all of this money, but they didn't mind giving it. The money that they all say that they don't have, the resources they always act like it's coming directly out of their pocket, and it's not. Old Ryan got everybody in an uproar.
Are you able to talk about what charges might be brought?
Can you still talk, sir?
Or is it too early for that?
It's too early.
It shouldn't be too early to find out what charges he can get. Like, he crying. See, he's not. His heart is just hurt. You know what I'm saying? He should be angry though, because Ryan has broke the law and wasted all these resources. Well, Ryan didn't, but they did. You know. See, they should have knew something was up when all of his stuff was right there. Wasn't no missing phone. See, the missing phone right away is foul play. I just had a feeling that Devin's vehicle was going to be in that water because I believe that somebody did this to him. They need to check his organs. We don't know. I don't know. You know, when they put him in the water, it's for a reason. To get rid of all the evidence, just like they did Jelani, to liquefy things. So they could say aquatic animals did this, that, and the third. Wow. Just amazing.
We're in that process.
There's
and
that
that's why we're here today, because we had a very narrow window that we were going down. Very narrow.
Go get some milk.
Not a lot of people knew what was happening, and we kept it pretty tight-lipped, because the most important thing was the family and where them kids.
Man, he can feel their pain. Man, like, what department is this? We need to have them go investigate everything. No, seriously though, man, this is what they all can do, y'all, when they want to. They have the resources. They do. Yeah, this is a comparison about Jelani. And yeah, you missing a lot if you just got here. Boy, I tell you.
And I'm telling you, October was a long month, but we made it. We did. And now that we're
hell, Ryan been gone since August 12th. He probably got a baby on the way and everything else. Probably engaged. Y'all in the water. He been out that water. They should feel like a fool, actually. But he don't.
out, we're gonna involve a lot more people.
Oh.
And the charges will be then.
Is there any sense of a motive of why he would do something like this?
No.
Do you believe there was anyone assisting him in getting out of the country? Anyone else involved?
We're not sure. We're still going down that path. And that's why I put out the plea. If there's somebody out there, please do it for his family.
And do you have an estimate of how many taxpayer dollars might have been spent searching?
You know how good that is when you have like the sheriff that come out and ask the public to do it for the family, and he's so emotional. Like, that make people want to come out and do something right away. You know? But that don't never happen in cases like Jelani Day.
No, I don't. We got a total tally, I should say, we put together. But the one thing about our county, you know, you worry about money. But the most important thing was I never got any pushback from nobody. They knew we had a mission to do out there, and we were going to do that mission. And my whole goal was I needed to give closure to this family.
Do you consider anybody else a suspect at this time?
No.
Do authorities believe that he is in Uzbekistan? And if so, are you working with authorities overseas to try and find him?
We do not know that, where he is. We know that he's not in our lake, okay? And his partners right up here that stand next to me, they're the ones that are helping. They're the ones that have the contacts and how we're going to keep on going.
Sheriff, you sounded very frustrated at this entire situation. This is your county where you grew up. What is on your heart right now, wanting to give back to the taxpayers for basically this gentleman deciding to flee the country and basically tell a lie?
Well, it's not give back, okay? They elected me as sheriff for a reason. And the reason was to do what they wanted best. And that is, they always appreciate their county, okay? We're a close-knit county. And there's a lot of issues with law enforcement in a lot of places. It's not Green Lake County. We got the support. And this is one thing where they didn't say, it's costing us a lot of money. They say, Sheriff, we appreciate what your department's doing, and we're proud of you.
Do you have any other information you're able to share about the woman he was contacting in Europe?
No, I don't.
Would he be extradited back to the U.S. to be held responsible for spending all this money searching for him? Or?
We're not quite that far yet. We're working on it. We are. But that's our next steps.
Well, that'll be very interesting because seeing as how it happened with Shanquilla Robinson, and they was in a whole nother country, and the country said they ain't about to press charges on them. And see, this country that he fled to, like, if they don't have to make him come back to the U.S., and is the U.S. gonna come back to him? Ryan probably somewhere with a scrambler on his phone. That man probably ain't no telling where that man at. Like, really. It really ain't. So it's going to be very interesting. But maybe they'll go overseas to find him and bring him back home to his kids and his wife that he ran from. It's crazy. And Ryan is disgusting. I'm just saying. But damn, like, the families that really need the help. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow.
How is the family doing?
The family is doing rather well. We met with them earlier today. Yeah, it was a big shocker to them. Okay. Except the one person, and that was his wife, that I put a lot on her shoulders. I did. And, it was hard because of her kids. And she couldn't tell them. And, people come up to her and still say, hey, we're thinking about you. And that lady is very strong.
Well, they know now.
There's no information pointing to any members of the family having any connection with Ryan doing what he did.
No, there's not.
How old were the children?
High school age and grade school.
Who ran his name?
Our department did.
Okay. On August 13th?
No, October 7th.
October 7th. Okay.
October 7th. They didn't think to run his name to October 7th. And he went missing on the 12th. Like, shoot, after the first day of searching, they should have. Let's look up his name to see, even if somebody did something to him and if they use his credit card. Like, don't you think that you would have did some of that kind of first? Look up his name to see what hits. Yeah, I mean, they didn't think about that to October 7th. I would have been thought about that as a YouTuber.
Do you think that he actually did leave the country?
Everything that we have found.
October 7th.
We're in a good position that we know he left. And he's someplace out there.
After 54 days in the water, Noah around here. And dude is having a good time with the broad that he left fleed with. He fled the country. Wow. Damn.
He is. All we want to make sure is he's safe.
He's safe. He good.
There's a lot of things that could happen.
Why you worried about him? See, this reminded me of Gabby Petito. They were so worried about Brian Laundrie, the guy that unalived her. They spent so many resources on Brian Laundrie after they found her. Wow, like, but yeah, I definitely have made my point. But y'all already knew that though, right?
And I can't do it by myself.
We don't make
And
this
that's why
stuff
I have the great partners that we can work with.
at all.
And DCI is a very close partner.
We
Department
this
of
far, we
Criminal
might as well finish.
Investigations.
And where did you say Ryan was from?
Watertown.
Hell.
You said that the community has offered a lot of support. Can you elaborate a little bit more on what that support means? And
Yeah, when we did our searching with our cadaver dogs and our divers, Norton's Dry Dock, they said, Sheriff, whatever you need for boats, we got them. And they furnished the operators, and that was 3 days. Because I forgot one that I called one of the divers back because I just, in my heart, I felt like we needed to search this one area. And that was one of the hot spots. And he came back and he did that for 3 hours. So we had that, a number of gift cards that were sent in, Bruce's Legacy. A lot of thank yous, and thank yous mean a lot. We had a lot of people that would drop off food to us and help us, our Lake Association. And we had a doings down in the southern part of our county, Kingston. They had a chicken barbecue, and it was on the Sunday that we were searching. And they knew we were searching, and they came up and they gave us 15 dinners. So we had something to eat, and that speaks volumes of, you know, our community. It does.
All righty.
Do you know when he left the country?
We know that he was run August 13th, 2024.
when you mean he was wrong, what is that?
Somebody ran his passport. It was.
All right, I guess they ain't got no more questions. Somebody ran his passport. So now I'm looking at some documents that I am about to read. That was very necessary. We needed to see that, y'all. And so now we are gonna get into Jelani Day. Thank y'all so much for being patient and looking at this comparison because it is very important. And the people that care, they already know. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. For sharing. For sharing. For sharing. Thank you for sharing. Okay, shout out to the 138 people in here and shout out to Facebook listening in. Okay, so the first page that I am going to read, this is page 1 of the Illinois State Police investigation. And so what I'm going to do to give y'all a visual, I'm going to pull something up. The documents that I'm actually going over is going to be, it's not still, it's going to be moving. But these are the documents that I'm looking at. Just to show I don't make this stuff up. And of course, especially if you on the replay, you could pause it, stop it. You could pause it and stop it to read it. But why not just listen to me read it? So this is the Freedom of Information Act, which has everything allegedly that they did for this case. And so the first report that I'm actually reading, it says that it is an interview of. And of course, on these documents, they have things blacked out, which you see there. How everything is blacked out. So let's see. I'm gonna say blank where that is at. And so it says Illinois State Police Investigation Report. And so this actually the date on this says 2/2/23. And it says the interview of, right? That's at the top portion. But then when you get to the narrative, we're into the narrative, it says On 9/23/21, Illinois State Police, so ISP, Zone 3 investigation was requested to assist the Peru Police Department with their investigation on the unaliving or the death of Jelani Day, and it lists his date of birth. The body was discovered in the Illinois River on 9/4/21. On 2/2/23, Special Agent Brian Lewis and Trooper Anita Kosnick, I'm not going to bother with all these last names, but Trooper Anita conducted a phone interview with blank, date of birth and all of that, regarding a aforementioned incident. Blank contacted me to share information that he had been reluctant to share previously. The reason blank was reluctant to share the information was due to Jelani Day family publicly scrutinizing the police and others about Jelani's case. The following is a summary of our conversation. Let's get into it. Of course, I don't know none of this stuff, and y'all probably don't either, I'm sure. So, okay, blank stated on 8/25/2021. So this was the next day. He was traveling northbound over the Illinois 351 bridge on his way to work. Blank stated he was to be at work at 3 a.m. By 3 a.m. Blank stated he usually leave his house by 2:30 a.m. and would be crossing the bridge by 2:35 a.m. I just got to stop right here because do y'all see how they started this out? That they said that this man was reluctant to come to them because of the scrutiny. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. So this was well after, I think. So on this was on 2/2/23. Okay. So by this time, yeah, the family was talking, but they wasn't slamming people at all. Like she was just telling her story and all of that. Carmen ain't never came on here and lied about them. She only told the truth. And she's always, only thing you see her doing is crying. And a lot of times when you will hear her talking, she will say she don't want to put words in her mouth. Or, let me make sure I say this right. And all of this stuff. This woman ain't never made nothing up about these people. But anyway, I'm going to just keep reading this. I don't like that, though. I don't like that they did that. And so whoever this person is, let's see what they got to say, because they started out blaming the family. That's sad. But anyway, so here we go at 3 a.m. As soon as I seen 3 a.m, I thought about Javion, because they also said it was a witness that said my mom was going to work early morning or whatever, and even it was 3 a.m. is actually a time that was said, around 3 something. I said 3 o'clock in the morning too, so that just sticks out to me. But this is how it happens. All of this stuff is like in my brain and it just pops out. But okay, let me start over, y'all. So this witness, and it's a man, and he's saying that this stuff happened the very next day. Stated on 8/25, he was traveling northbound over the Illinois bridge on his way to work. Stated he was to be at work at 3 a.m. Stated he usually leaves his house at 2:30 and will be crossing the bridge at 2:35 a.m. Blank stated he does not always start at 3 a.m. as his schedule changes. As Blank was traveling northbound over the bridge, he noticed a male, black, walking south. Let me try to read this. He noticed a male walking south on the east shoulder of the bridge roadway. Blank stated the male, black, was located more towards the north side of the bridge, as if he had just started walking on the bridge. Blank stated the male black appeared to be uninjured, was walking normally, and his clothes appeared to be clean. Get out of here. Blank stated the male black was wearing a hoodie, which he thought was odd since it was hot outside in the middle of August. Blank stated to slow down with the intentions. Blank stated he started to slow down with the intentions of asking the male black if everything was okay. As Blank got closer to the male black, he, in parentheses, male black, slightly turned his body towards the west and used his left arm to pull his hoodie over his face. I'm getting mad reading this. Blank stated it was obvious that the male black did not want Blank to see his face. Blank continued on, traveling, and did not speak to the male black. Blank stated he felt the male black did not want to be bothered. Well, damn, how long was this ride by? As Blank got past the bridge, he did not notice any vehicles nearby. Blank thought maybe the male black was possibly walking home from a downtown bar in LaSalle. Blank stated he was not 100% sure this incident happened on 8/25/2021. Oh, he ain't sure. However, he was sure the incident occurred around 2:35 a.m. time frame. Blank provided several other dates that he stated that he started at 3 a.m., 8:21, 8:22, and 8:24, all in 2021. All other dates near or after 8/25/2021 were not at 3 a.m. starts for Blank. Man, I don't believe none of that. Like, it took him this long to come up with this. Oh, I didn't say anything because of the family, the scrutinizing of the police. What that got to do with a witness? What do that have to do with anything? They just wanted to add that, allegedly. I don't believe it. It sounds bogus. It sounds stupid. What do y'all think? For the people that's been following this, what do y'all think? If you want to call in, I'm going to put the number up. Call in and let me know what you think. And I'm going to look at the chat in a minute. But I just want to tell y'all what I think. Again, more. I think that they full of it. I think that it's made up. I think it took them this long to come up with this bull. I ain't never heard this story. And Carmen has told us the stories that she's been told, because I remember hearing something about a red shirt and allegedly somebody seen him drop his wallet or some crap like that. I haven't gotten to, I don't hear nothing about him saying nothing about no wallet. I heard him say, I read that he said something about a hoodie going over his head quickly. He didn't want to speak. Oh, he was on his way to work though. You about to be late for work, but you worried about somebody walking down the street at 2:30 in the morning. And also you remember, wait a minute, I'm not sure if it happened on 8/25, but that's the date that they said. And then when we get to the end of it, they stated he was not 100% sure that the incident happened on 8/25. However, he definitely know that the only time that he had to go to work at that time in 2021 at 3 o'clock was on 8/21, 8/22, and 8/24. At what point did he figure all this? When did he gather all that evidence? So he held on to this for a whole year and he remembered. How many of y'all remember your schedule from a year ago? Can y'all let me know that? This is bull. They added this stuff, obviously. So for the people that ain't sure, oh, I thought that stuff was still, I forgot I didn't put it on loop. That was supposed to be still up here. But for, yeah, they absolutely add on to the Freedom of Information Act as they allegedly get information or come up with something or find somebody whose dates could match up with their timeline. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. The more time they have they investigating for years. Like, come on, man. Like, this ain't even fair that they can hold on to something. What is this, 2024? I don't know when when people first had access to this Freedom of Information Act. I don't know. But yeah, this is the first I ever heard that story. Let me look at the chat. I ain't never in my life heard that. Who stops for a random at 3 a.m.? Thank you. On your way to work. Man, you not worried. First of all, you see somebody walking those early hours. First thing you gonna think is they up to no good. Like, what is going on? Or they homeless or something. Or, you know what I'm saying? Especially you walking in a hoodie. He noticed just by riding by all of the stuff that I read. Male Black tells me that it wasn't a black man telling the story. We know it's a he. We don't call each other Male Black. Are we telling? Is this written in that man's words or the cop's words? Keep it moving. None of my business. Okay, like, you are not about to bother nobody at 3 o'clock in the morning. He said the person turned towards the west and put a hoodie on his face to hide his face. Yeah. 100% BS. Exactly. See, we all on the same page. 3 a.m. is dark. How did he know it was Jelani? He didn't see the person's face. Thank you. Get out of here, man. This is ridiculous, y'all. Let me go on because we gonna hear a lot of stuff we never heard. I never heard this. Never. So then we get wait, let me read this. Blank stated he was not 100% sure that the incident happened on 8/24. However, he was sure the incident occurred around 2:35 a.m. time frame. Blank provided several other dates that he started at 3 a.m. Damn, he got a good memory. I don't remember what I worked today. I don't remember my schedule from yesterday. But this witness here, old Blank, knew that on 8/21, 8/22, and 8/24 in 2021, he worked at 3 a.m. All other dates near or after 8/25/21 were not at 3 a.m. start for Blank. On 2/3/23, Blank contacted me and advised he double-checked his work records and learned that he, hold on, wait a minute, that he did not start at 3 a.m. on 8/25/21. He stated the incident must have occurred on one of the other dates mentioned at 3. Let's see, could have been 8/24. Is that the date? Because he did say on 8/24, 8/24, that was the last day that he worked in 2021 at 3. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so when I read the other part about not he didn't start on 3, that was the other page. Oh, let me pull that back up, what I had. Absolutely ridiculous. Justice for Jelani. Matter of fact, let me put his picture up for a minute and let me put this on loop. Please smack the thumbs up if you have not gotten a chance to. Justice for Dr. Jelani Day. They want us to believe that Jelani was walking. Do Jelani look like the type that would be walking somewhere strange at 3 o'clock in the morning? Or the type that would have did any of this stuff? No. And not only don't he look like the type, his mother said he would never do that. And I'm more inclined to believe his mother and his family before I believe this from somebody else. Yeah. Now, this particular page, this is pages 1 through 6, and this is coming from the Illinois Police Investigation Report. Now, this is a whole new thing, and this is a whole new interview, I should say. It says interviews of blank and blank. Okay, so they interviewing 2 people together. This report date is 10/5/2021. Now, this is dated. This says on 9/23/2021. So this is probably going to be the footage about him at school, maybe? Because it's got to be. But let's see. So on 9/23/2021, Illinois State Police Zone 3 investigations was requested to assist Peru Police Department with their investigation on the death of Jelani Day. Day's body was discovered in Illinois River 9/4/2021. On 9/30, Special Agent Brian, conducted interviews with blank, put the birthday, and blank with the birthday, at Auto Body Direct, located at 701 4th Street in Peru. The interviews, which were separate, well, why they put them on the same paper? Which were separate, were conducted pursuant to aforementioned incident. The following is a summary of our conversation. Blank interview. Blank stated that on Thursday, 8/26/2021, at approximately 10 a.m., he noticed a male black wearing a white long sleeve shirt or jacket and khaki shorts walking east past the overhead door of his workshop. Blank thought it was odd that he walked so closely to the shop door, which is set back from US Route 6 about 50 feet. Blank believed that maybe he was from the wooded area that is adjacent to the workshop to the west. Out of curiosity, Blank said he walked out of the shop to the south and to the west, where the wooded area starts next to the building. Blank noticed the brush appeared to be trampled over, as if someone had walked through. Blank noticed that neither he nor his brother, Blank, have not walked through the wooded area in a long time. Blank stated there is no reason for anyone to be walking through the wooded area. Blank first inclination was that it was a high school student skipping class. When Blank walked back into the workshop, he mentioned to Blank what had just happened. Blank suggested they look outside the walk-in door that is located at the north corner of the workshop to see if anything was out of place. The area is mainly used as a smoking area. The concern was that whoever walked by the building might notice the walk-in door open and could easily enter the workshop area. As Blank and Blank were standing outside the building in the smoke area, Blank turned around and noticed the male Black leaning against the neighboring building to the north. That area is approximately 7 feet above the ground level where they were standing, and there is only a several feet gap between the building. Blank stated that when the male, I'm not about to keep saying male Black, so I'm gonna just say male. That sounds stupid. Blank stated that when the male realized they had spotted him, he appeared to be nervous and walked away back to the east, still between the buildings. Blank stated he hurried back to the south through the workshop and exited through the main overhead door, where he initially saw him, and walked around the east side of the building. Blank stated he saw the male walking west on 5th Street. On the north side of the building, on the north side of the neighboring building, he was just leaning against. Blank did not know why the male would walk back towards the west, as it is a dead-end street. Blank assumed he walked back into the wooded area. All of a sudden, Black men love being in the damn woods, huh? Yeah. Although the male Black's path of travel was odd, Blank said he did not feel threatened by the male Black's behavior. Is he a bear? A monkey? A chimpanzee? I showed Blank colored pictures of 3 different Black males to see if they looked like the male he saw. Blank recognized the picture of Jelani Day and was confident that it was the same person. End of interview. I'm done. This is literally what it say. I'm done. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Y'all, this sounds ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds stupid. All this strange, weird, odd behavior. Where's the tapes at? Release the tapes. Guess what? I'm sure there aren't any. You could just say anything. Anything to debunk the family and what they're saying happened to their loved one. We'll just find a bunch of strangers that'll give us what we want. You know, kind of like Patrick West. A homeless man gave you some money. You know you ain't supposed to be flying that sign out here, right? I ain't gonna take you in today. How much did he give you? Okay, yeah. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe. I'm gonna send the detective over to take your statement. Thank you. Anyway, okay, so that's ridiculous. End of interview. What y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that before I go on to the next liar? Oh, wow. Carmen, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry that you and your family got to go through this. It's ridiculous. Another made-up witness. Wow. So you don't have to do your job because the family hurt your feelings. But the thing is, how did your feelings even get hurt? What did they say? They just want to know what happened to their loved one. What did the family do wrong. Any grieving family would want to know. They would be concerned. They wouldn't want their son, because the detective gonna be off for the weekend. Yeah, they wouldn't want their son to just be out there. We love our kids like any other race. But for some reason, I don't know. It's ridiculous, man. It is sad. It really is. See, I understand why Carmen couldn't get through this, because this is even hard for me to read it because I know that this is bull. I know it is, and it's upsetting to me. And I didn't even know Jelani, so I know how his mother feel reading this stuff, trying to figure out what happened to her son, and she got to read this type of stuff. She got to do her own investigation while she's grieving her son. This is crazy. But we see how it should have happened. We seen what happened with this, the cases that we was just looking at, comparing how it's supposed to really happen. Okay. So we're on witness 2. Let's see what this person got to say. Blank interview. Blank stated on Thursday, 8/26/2021, at an unknown time, his brother Blank informed him that he saw a male walking by the main overhead door of their workshop, and Blank thought the male. Wait, let me make this a little bit bigger. And Blank thought the male may have come from the wooded area to the west of the building. Blank suggested he and Blank look around the north side of the building by walking in the other door to see if anyone else was there, or if something looked out of place. Blank thought he checked there. Blank thought checking there was important, as they leave the walk-in door open during the day. They leave the walk-in door open during the day. Blank stated they both walked outside the building through the walk-in door, but didn't really notice anything until Blank turned around. Blank observed a male standing behind their building, leaning against the neighboring building to the north. Blank stated there's no reason anyone should be standing there, as it is private property and only several feet between the buildings. The area was approximately 7 feet higher than where they were standing. The building was separated by a tall retaining wall. Blank stated he pointed at the male and told Blank there is the culprit. What? Blank stated the male Black's eyes got really big and he looked nervous. Blank stated that he and Blank walked back into their workshop. Blank returned to work and Blank went outside the main entrance to further investigate. Blank stated the male was wearing a short sleeve shirt and a ball cap. Blank could not recall what color. Okay, so we got him saying he was in a shirt, he's describing the stuff that he would have had on at the dispensary, maybe. But then the other guy said he had on a hoodie. So, god dang, I know that Jelani had a suitcase of clothes because he was just coming back from out of town. Texas, as a matter of fact, where Javion was on his way to, right? When I tell y'all, man, this is crazy to me. They want us to believe that Jelani was doing all this. Now, my next thing, guess what I'm thinking? Guess what I'm thinking? Surely they called the cops. They seen a black man walking around looking, the culprit looking with these big old eyes. Is there a police report? Did they call 911? Let's see. Let's see if they called 911. Because we know they gonna run tell that, right? We know. Like, yeah, come on. Come on, man. Yeah. Give me a minute. Let's see where they call the police at. Okay, so the male black eyes got really big and he looked nervous. Blank stated that he and Blank walked back into their workshop and returned to work. Wait, Blank returned to work and Blank went outside the main entrance to further investigate. Blank stated the male black was wearing a short sleeve shirt. And okay, I'm looking for when they called the police. Hold on. Blank stated that on Friday, 8/27/2021, an older male walked into the workshop and inquired about getting some body work done on the quarter panel of his car. Body work done. Body work done. First thing I'm thinking about is his missing femur bone and sawed jaw. I'm talking about body work. Very interesting that they would talk about body work. I'm so confused, but we gonna read. Blank stated that on 8/27/2021, an older black male, okay, how old is he, 2? Walked into the workshop and inquired about getting some body work done on the quarter panel of his car. Blank informed him that they no longer did body work. Blank stated that male black said he lived up the street. Oh, and around the corner to the west. What the hell what? Oh my God. I'm gonna just try to read this, y'all. Hold on. Blank stated the male black said he lived up the street and around the corner to the west. Blank stated he thought it was odd that he parked his car on the east side street, which is on a hill, as opposed to pulling into the main parking lot that is flat. Blank added that it was a strange coincidence that 2 days in a row he encountered 2 male blacks at his shop. So this another male black, huh? Blank stated he did not feel threatened by either person, but wondered if they were scoping the place out. I showed Blank colored pictures, of 3 different black males to see if they looked like the male he saw leaning against the building. Blank recognized a picture of Jelani Day and was confident that it was the same person he saw on 8/26/2021. What was confident that? Wait a minute. Jelani was confident that it was the same person he saw on 8/26 in the interview. When did Jelani go missing? Like, was it the 20? It couldn't have been the wait. Yeah, we're gonna have to check that because somebody lying. End of interview, they said, and the copy of the below attached was placed in the ISU Exhibit A envelope. Maintained the case ID. Colored photos shown to blank and blank. Man, both of them identified Jelani. Man, this is so ridiculous, man. It is just ridiculous. Dang. Yeah. Let me see what y'all saying. So that wait a minute, two. Hold on, y'all. Consider him missing, and it was suggested to her if she had his number. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh. This is one. Okay, so I mean, it's not necessarily a good. I mean, there's no order to this stuff, y'all. But these are reports that I'm going over. This is also an interview that I'm going to read. Okay, this interview, it says the report purpose 11/2/2021 interview of blank. The report date is 11/3/2021. Hold on. And this is a narrative. This is it says every last one of them starts on 9/23/2021. Illinois State Police Zone 3 investigation was requested to assist the Peru Police Department with their investigation of Jelani Day, whose body was discovered on 9/4. So this report is on 9/2/2021. I Special Agent Brian Lewis conducted a phone interview with blank, date of birth, and all of that. So owner of blank tire and automotive service Inc. Wow. It was a tire place involved with a Javion. You know, T&R, truck and trailer, tractor trailer or whatever. So the interview was conducted persuading, okay, all of that stuff they say. So Blank stated that he has known the Day family for many years. Blank was most familiar with Jelani's mother. Blank and his brother, Blank stated that Blank and Blank had individual accounts with his business as they get regular service work done. Blank was somewhat familiar with Jelani as he has met him a few times over the years. Blank recalled Jelani's last visit on 8/13/2021 was for an oil change. Blank stated the only thing from Jelani's visit that was out of the ordinary was that he smelled weed. On Jelani's person or in his car. Blank could not recall which. Blank knew the Day family as strict, and the fact that he smelled weed surprised him. Blank stated that Jelani visit was otherwise routine. Blank vaguely recalled that Jelani was by himself when he arrived and left by himself. Blank added that he recalled Blank coming in for service work a few days after Jelani was found. Added that he recalled Blank coming in for service work a few days after Jelani was found. Blank asked Blank how she was doing, which she stated okay. I asked Blank if he could find the invoice or receipt from Jelani's service work. Blank gave me the phone to his son. Wait, Blank gave me the phone to his son, Blank, who he thought could better help him. Okay. Blank was able to find the invoice and confirm that Jelani had service done on 8/13/2021. Blank noted that the cost of the service was $39.26 and it was paid for with a Visa debit card. Blank stated the service included an oil change and a tire rotation. The tire rotation was free because Jelani purchased the tires there. Blank emailed me a copy of the invoice and debit card receipt, which attached to the report. End of interview. Yeah. So what do y'all think so far? We are 2 hours in. I'm not feeling none of these interviews at all. I mean, and then, but one thing I just want to say is, you know, they want to make sure that they got somebody saying that he, you know, has some tweeds going on because he, you know, they got the dispensary, so they want to make sure that they got them somebody that can tell them that he smoked too. You know what I'm saying? So just to make that narrative fit, but it means nothing. Welcome in, AP. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, it means nothing. If these men were near stores, show the footage. Exactly. Show us the footage. Release the tapes. I mean, listen, ain't nobody taking nobody's word. You see what I'm saying? Like, nobody's word. This has white supremacy right in the whole report again and again. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Exactly. He was walking around by the fence area. Wow. Yep. And Jelani walking between buildings. It ain't even a lot of space. Why was he doing that? Walking through the woods and all this stuff. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. The same narrative they was trying to say about Javion. I told y'all when I heard this story, when I first heard about Javion, that I told y'all in the beginning, I was like thinking about Jelani, about to call Javion Jelani. That's how much these cases made me think about the other. 8/24. Right. It is said. I mean, yeah, that's what Don said. It was 8/24. That's what I thought. But they talking about 8/26 on the document that I had just read. Said something about seeing him on 8/26. He would have been passed. And maybe I just was looking at that wrong. I ain't gonna even. I'm not gonna even go back. But yeah. So that's the other one, y'all. It's just, can y'all believe this stuff? I can't believe this. I mean, my heart goes out to Carmen. Man, wow. I don't, wait a minute, let's see. This is 2 of 2. Now, I know that didn't just, hold on. Okay, I think this, okay, let's read this one. I ain't gonna even read that. I'm gonna get straight to it. Now, this one is on 3/18/2022. And this is Brian Lewis doing all of this talking to these witnesses, by the way. Agent Brian Lewis and Detective Sergeant Josh McGrath with this one of the LaSalle County Sheriff's Department. Okay, so they conducted an interview with Blank. It was a female, date of birth, whatever, at Blank. The interview was conducted. Okay, they said that persuading all that. Blank stated that she is a second-year graduate student at the Illinois State University and was a classmate to Jelani. Blank stated she met Jelani via Zoom in the summer of 2021. And I just wanted to point out that, you know, Jelani was taking online classes because of COVID. And this was his first week on the campus, according to, his Yeah, according to something I read, or his mother said it, or something. This because he had been doing online classes. This was his first week. Like everything was just getting back to normal. And so this is what I'm saying. Like these people didn't know Jelani like that. They didn't. They did not know Jelani. But let's see what this lady got to say here. Cause we know at some point he was with a bunch of chicks out posing in pictures and stuff. Give me 1 second, y'all. Wait, let me see something. Gotta walk away right quick. Give me a minute. Woo. Woo. Okay, we back, y'all. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Let's see what y'all saying before I get started. Okay. So, all right. So this is a classmate. So she stated that she met Jelani via Zoom in the summer of 2021. At that time, summer classes were conducted via Zoom due to COVID restrictions. So when Blank was introduced to Jelani, she learned that he was from Danville, Illinois area, which is somewhat close to where she grew up. Blank stated she obtained Jelani's contact information because she wanted to be friendly and welcoming to him as a new student at ISU, and due to his ties to Danville community, or due to his ties with the Danville community. So that was what they had in common. So Blank added that since Jelani was a new transfer and did not know anyone, she felt it would be a nice gesture to befriend him. Blank stated they had frequent contact, mostly via text, and always about school-related topics. Blank stated that Jelani was consistently late to the Zoom classes throughout the summer. Blank stated that Jelani was not getting his assignments done on time, as he would text her with questions long after the assignment's due date. Blank stated she felt that Jelani was not as vested in his classes as the other students. See, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. They draw on the narrative, and even Carmen said that she was very upset when she found out what Kara said, because Kara was saying stuff like this too. Oh, he was 30 minutes late to class and he didn't get this done, that done, and I told him he wasn't gonna be able to see his patient and all this blah blah blah. But she didn't tell Carmen all that stuff. She told Carmen that he was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Jelani's grades was excellent. If I'm not mistaken, he had all A's. So all this bogus crap that they saying about Jelani is BS. And again, these people did not know Jelani. We reading it right now. They didn't know him from a can of paint. And so here we got this female all over him, texting him and all this. Wonder if she had a boyfriend or a brother who may have had a problem with that. Because we know that Jelani was the only chocolate drop with a room full of women, white girls. And somebody might have had a problem with that. We don't know who set him up, but all these people, like, come on, man. Like, everybody that's saying something ill about Jelani is suspect to me. Everybody that's trying to taint his reputation. See, the teachers that Jelani had before the school at Alabama A&E, they had nothing but great things to say about him, and they knew him way better than they did. I just wanted to point that out. Jelani even got chosen to say the prayer during the graduation. We got that somewhere in the short or something. So Jelani was doing great. But Jelani was a normal 25-year-old. He liked to have fun and hang out, and sometimes he would do too much of it. His mother said that, but she was a typical mother who was getting him back on track. Jelani, okay, but Jelani was good. His grades showed that. Anyway, we gonna finish this. This is sad. All of a sudden, they know Jelani. He ain't as vested as in his classes as the other students are. But guess what? He passing with flying colors. Another thing, Jelani was the only black person. First they said, oh, he was the only black male. No, he was the only black person, period, in this program. So he stuck out like a sore thumb. So when the fall semester began on 8/16/2021, the classes resumed back in person. Yes, remember I told y'all. So this is when he went. 8/16/2021 is when he first arrived at that damn campus in person. And by 8/24, he was gone. When the fall semester began, 8/16/2021, the classes resumed back in person during the first week of classes, August 16th through the 20th. So that was his second week then. So during the first week of classes, August 16th through the 20th, Blank met Jelani in person for the first time. Oh, during the first week class. Okay, so yeah. All right, yeah. So they met in person for the first time. Blank stated that she and Jelani exchanged pleasantries and skated. I can't read this. Scattered themselves for class. Oh, skated the class, I guess. Okay. All right. Blank believed that that was the only time she spoke with Jelani face to face. Blank believed that was the first time. The only time. Why is that? She was all over him before he got there. And then, let me just read this. Blank believed that was the only time she spoke with Jelani face to face. Blank stated she was not feeling well during the first week of classes, as she had an upper respiratory infection. Did you have COVID? And why did you come to class with COVID been, you know what I'm saying? It was on high alert at that time, and she coming to the class the first week with upper respiratory infection. I mean, in the beginning of that, they wasn't playing that. If you had a fever, you couldn't come in. But she telling us she came to class the first week with it. That's what she telling us. The following week, 8/23/27, his second week. Wow. Blank did not go to class as she advised not to due to exactly. Why did you even come, period? So blank attended classes via Zoom. Blank could not independently recall Jelani being late for the in-person classes during the first week. When Jelani did not come to class on 8/24/2022, she and most of the other classmates thought Jelani had dropped out of the program. On 8/25/2022, blank stated there was talk, in parentheses, mostly text and Facebook amongst the classmates that Jelani was now considered missing. And was suggested to her since she had his number. Missing, and it was suggested to her since she had his number to call him. Blank called Jelani and texted him and did not receive a response. Blank stated that she did not have a sense that Jelani was in danger. Girl, you don't know him. But the classmates as a whole did have some level of concern about why Jelani was not attending classes. Blank stated it was also suggested to her to contact someone in Danville area that knew Jelani's family. Blank stated she called her friend Blank Aguirre. Why they even show her last name? I think that might have been a slip up. Aguirre, Aguirre. To call her friend Blank Aguirre, or was that on purpose? Who was a cheerleader with Danville Area Community College to inquire about Jelani. Blank stated Blank was by nature a nosy person and asked a lot of questions about Jelani's recent absence. What? Blank stated Blank would not give her the phone number to Jelani's mom. Blank, but instead agreed to give Blank number to Blank. Stated that is how she first came into contact with Blank. Stated as time went on, Blank or her private investigator would call her and ask her questions to the point where she felt that she was being accused of having something to do with Jelani's disappearance. This is just anytime Carmen asks questions, she's accusing somebody of something. And this also sound like the female that was working in connection with Kara calling everybody. Now y'all heard her say that she only met Jelani one time face to face. She communicated with him over the phone or whatever before they came to class. She came to class one day and she wasn't in class that day. And she was the upset one because I remember Carmen speaking on her. I know. And this person got in touch. They said that she called Danville and she ended up getting in touch with his sister. Called somebody and then they called his sister and all of this stuff. So whatever, man. This is crazy. I don't trust none of these people that he was around. I feel like everybody that's talking was plotting on him. Seriously. Did it ring when she called? Right. Good question. Did it ring? Did you leave a voicemail? Yeah, what happened when you called? She didn't say that, did she? She did. She left that part out. That's a good question, Ray Allen. Yeah. Ma'am, wait a minute. Considering missing, and it was suggested to her since she had his number to call. 2. Blank called Jelani and text him and did not receive a response. She called and text, so she didn't say nothing about his phone going straight to voicemail or nothing like that. Nothing. What did his phone do? Did it ring? Did it go to voicemail? Did you? So I'm assuming there should be a text message from her on Jelani phone then. Okay. Hold on, I'm almost there. Okay. Called Jelani and text and did not receive a response. Stated that she did not have a sense. Okay, we ain't about to go through all that. Stated that she continued to talk with blank and was active in helping. Okay, so I went too far. Okay. We'll start at Aguirre, who she was a cheerleader with Danville Area Community College to inquire about Jelani. Blank stated Blank was by nature a nosy person and asked a lot of questions about Jelani's recent absence. Blank stated Blank would not give her the phone number to Jelani's mom. Blank, but instead agreed to give Blank number to his sister. Blank stated that it is how she first came in contact with blank stated at the time went on blank or her private investigator Carmen or her is she saying Carmen or her private investigator would call her back, would call her and ask her questions to the point where she felt that she was being accused. That's crazy. What I want to say, a hit dog a holler. Like, why would you even feel that way? This mother is desperately looking for her son, and everybody she talked to get to feel like they the ones that did it. What did you? Why would you feel this way if you didn't? This is ridiculous to me. They don't understand black folks. I guess this is stupid. Like, come on, man. Why would anybody? Why would they? What reason would they have to accuse her? She wasn't even at school that day. But could that have been a setup? Allegedly. So anyway, accused of something to do with his disappearance, stated that she continued to talk with blank and was active in helping. So she continued to talk with probably Kara and was active in helping find Jelani by poster flyers in parentheses because she felt bad for what the Day family was going through. But yet you want to tell us that you felt accused. So which is it? Because you can't feel both. If you feel accused, then that's taking it personal and you're going to be defending yourself. You're going to feel the need to defend yourself. So she want us to believe that she felt accused, but she helped too. And because she felt bad. Do y'all believe that you could feel both? I don't. Get the hell out of here. Because she felt bad for the Day family was going through or guilty. Blank stated, allegedly, everything is alleged. I don't even know who this person is. Blank stated she only had a professional relationship with Jelani and didn't really know him as a person. We know you didn't. So Blank stated at the time, stated as time went on, Jelani's disappearance became the topic conversation in speaking and on social media. Blank stated she found herself to be like a point of contact between her classmates and the Day family. What? At one point, blank roommate blank told her that her mom Mary. Why did they feel the need to put mom Mary in there? Told blank that told her that her mom Mary had a contact with a K9 search team that may be able to help the Day family. Why wasn't the police coming out with their cadaver dogs? Why did Mary need to suggest this? Ain't this what police do? We just seen what old boy was saying, the sheriff. What, old Ryan. Running Ryan. Anyway, this is crazy. Mary had contact with a K9 search team that will be able to help the family. Did they? And told Blank that in order for the K9 search team to get involved, the request would have to come from the Day family. I don't recall Carmen having nothing to do with no K9 dogs or mentioning nothing about that. The request would have come from the Day family. When Blank relayed the information to Blank, she was asked by Blank if she, Blank, was going to be present with the K9 search team. Blank told Blank that she would be there, but only because she felt like Blank put her on the spot. So you didn't want to be there. Blank had a wedding to attend that weekend and went to that instead. Blank stated that her involvement in Jelani's disappearance has been mostly limited to answering questions from law enforcement and Blank. End of interview. That's crazy. Wow. What y'all think about that? Wow. Okay. So, yep, Miss V texts messages from her on Jelani's phone. I'm telling one of these girls have a connection to one of these cops. Kara does, actually. Literally. She said that, remember Carmen said that Kara said that her cop friend, she contacted them and they helped. Her friend is the one that pulled the footage from Starbucks. Yeah. Very interesting. Justice for Jelani. I'm end it there. And when we come back, because I just wanted to make sure that the newer people that's following me now, is that they understand what's going on with Jelani. That's why I wanted to do what I did in the beginning with showing that stuff and the comparisons and all of that. So if you didn't catch this from the beginning, please do. A lot came out of this, and we see crystal clear, and maybe some other people could see it too. But this is heartbreaking, and nobody should have to go through this. And my heart goes out to Carmen. What happened? We know just from what I was just reading, y'all, that Jelani was around a bunch of sheep in wolf clothing. And none of these people was his friend. And none of these people meant him well. The way that they talked about him on this police report, because I don't believe nothing that I just read. I don't. Not none of it. And it's really disgusting that people would make this up about Jelani. But everybody will have a day to answer. Our lives don't have the same value in their eyes. Absolutely, Angela. Welcome in. And you might have been here, but I'm outdone now. This breaks my heart. It does. My heart breaks for Carmen and her children. They lost Jelani and they lost their father months after because they took Jelani and he was a match to help. He could have saved his dad, but they had other plans. I don't know what this was about. It could have, I don't know what this was about, but it definitely is a cover up, it's corruption. And everybody that give a bogus statement about Jelani, every last one of y'all suspect in my eyes. Everybody is a suspect. And we know that people don't cover up stuff unless they involved. Like, Something ain't right. A lot ain't right. It seemed like people was in places like everybody was, ain't nothing in his hand. Ain't a dang thing in his hand. It's like people was in their place. It's like Jelani stuck out like a sore thumb. And for Kara to say, oh, and he's a match for his dad too, and all of that is like they was letting people know something. And Carmen trying to figure out, how did you even know that? Because Jelani don't usually share that kind of information. He ain't usually comfortable telling people that stuff. How does she know? And why did you mention it? She was so helpful up until the point that they was asking questions, and all of a sudden, this person that was so helpful, according to Carmen, was there no more. This is bud. But we know what it is. We know what it was, and it's just sad. It's sad because we still want justice for Jelani, and he deserves it. I know. I think she got the phone now. I'm not sure, but remember they told her, Carmen, it ain't nothing in the effing phone. It ain't nothing in the phone. All he was doing was talking about school. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. But it's like going round and round in a circle, a never-ending circle. And everybody is a part of this game, except for the main players. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We gonna get up out of here. Justice for Jelani Day. And justice for his family. A straight cover-up and destroying evidence. They've had a lot of time to get rid of everything that could have been useful, helpful. When you got people investigating themselves, you can't expect answers, huh? But again, this is a family, people, Carmen had never been through anything like this. She didn't know what to do, but she had to figure it out real quick. And it shouldn't be this way, but it is. Please catch the replay on this video. I'm going to get up out of here. We'll be back. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. Thank you for so much. Peace and love, y'all. We out. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up.